Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. As usual, I am your host Selassie Piawe. Thanks for all the messages of condolences after I announced that my mom was laid to rest. I appreciate the support. Today I have some few pieces of information for you in the world of football. We all know now Ghana football has been suspended until the 30th of July. Yesterday, after the president's address, as much we know that we will not have any footballing activities until after 31st July, where we'll see the next course of action for the Ghana Premier League. As it stands now, the Ghana Premier League would have to be cancelled. I don't see any way out for a resumption of the league until something really dramatic happens and the president changes his decision. But if 31st July, it would be in our best interest to restart and align ourselves with the European leagues. That's just by the way. But today we're going to look at that emotional interview there by Abedi Pele, the maestro himself. Yesterday he had an interview on GTV Sports Plus and he was in tears after he met the guy who discovered him, and the man is currently blind as we speak, and Abedi Pele was in tears after meeting him. He also narrated his time with the Ghana Black Stars. I'll be giving you all that. We'll have a look at the snippets of the video. Also, we're going to talk about Thomas Partey's move. OKRAKU, the GFA boss, has chipped in his opinion in that respect, and he has given his opinion in what he thinks Thomas Partey should do. We're also going to talk about Ayew. Offers are coming from Leeds United. The Premier League is set to return by mid-June, and it looks like the Championship will also resume as well. COVID-19 is still in the air, and we have to be really cautious when bringing back our loved game, football, which is a contact sport, and we all know what COVID-19 has brought. Social distancing and all that has to be observed, and I wonder how the clubs are going to do it, but it is what it is, and we are going to learn how to live with it. And since the Germans have started, we have to take a cue from them. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I advise you to subscribe to the channel and to click on the notification bell to get more updates. So I'll just jump right into it and start off from the camp of Thomas Partey. Now, Thomas Partey, we all know, wants to move to Arsenal. That's according to reports. But GFA boss, who was newly elected on October 25th, 2019, has brought in his opinion on the matter of Thomas Partey's move to Arsenal, possible move to Arsenal, the Premier League to be exact, and many clubs are interested in him. Now, this is what OKRAKU had to say. First and foremost, Thomas Partey has performed well after moving from the lower to the higher ranks. He has done well for Atletico Madrid and the Black Stars. Now, looking ahead to his next level, I think he needs to consider some factors, namely football issue and family factors. So I will advise him to look at these factors properly before making a decision. After all, Atletico Madrid is a big club, and so the variables are not very different from what he might find when he leaves. So that is the thoughts. Those are the thoughts there of OKRAKU, the new GFA president, who was elected in October last year, 2019. He says he has to consider football issues and family factors, and possibly maybe the finances and everything involved in the football league outside of Atletico Madrid. After all, Atletico Madrid is a big club, and it will not be that much of a dynamic change for him. That is what he thinks, and Thomas Partey, the onus is on him. His future lies in his hands, and what he wants to do with his future is all up to him. These are the thoughts of OKRAKU. Do you side with OKRAKU there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I move on to my next story. It has to do with Ayew, an interest coming in from Leeds United. Now, Ayew has had a great season with Swansea City in the Championship, which has been suspended. Most leagues have been due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now, Ayew says he's not paying attention to the interest from Leeds United. He's focused on his Swansea career and possibly more interested in a bigger move than Leeds United. Now, the Ghana captain Ayew is paying no attention to reports linking him with a move away from Swansea City, as he's determined to help the Jack Army return to the Premier League. Ayew, the highest scorer for the Welsh side this season, is the club's top earner and has been consistently reported to be on his way out of the club this summer if they fail to secure Premier League promotion. Now, Italian giant AS Roma tried to sign him up during the January transfer window, whilst Leeds United boss Marcelo Bielsa has not hidden his intentions to work with the 30-year-old again after enjoying significant success during the time together at Olympique Marseille. Now, Ayew has fought back to resurrect his career this season after an underwhelming spell in Turkey with Fenerbahce. The hard-working forward has plundered 12 goals and assisted a further 5, placing Swansea within 5 points of the playoff position ahead of the resumption of the championship. Being the high club size and most high-profile player, Ayew has risen to the occasion and silenced doubters with his impregnable contribution to what has been a topsy-turvy season. According to a grapevine source, Ayew is determined to lead the club to the elite, hence will not neglect the team anytime soon. He has been back to training and determined to get Swansea back to the Premier League, and he will give it his all, a source close to the Ghana captain said. There have been talks, links, and top clubs calling and asking about him, but he is very focused and knows he can still do great things with this group of players in Swansea. Ayew is widely tipped to be named Swansea Player of the Season following the swashbuckling and consistent performances. So that's the latest there from the camp of Andre Ayew. He is determined to make hay while the sun shines with his current club Swansea City, and he is ready to focus on them and take them up into the Premier League. Now, my problem with that is that 10 clubs in the Premier League are looking for a way for relegation to be scrapped should the season be cancelled. If that happens, Swansea moving into the Premier League again will be quite tricky. But his focus now, Andre Ayew, is to make his club get promotion into the English Premier League. That's quite interesting. I think it's a great move for him. Follow one course until successful, and I think he is doing just that. Andre Ayew there focused on helping Swansea into the big time, which is the Premier League. My final story has to do with the father of Andre Ayew, Abedi Pele. Now, yesterday in an interview on GTV Sports Plus, Abedi Pele was brought down to tears when he met the man who discovered him and brought him up in his young days as a footballer, coming up and into the national team in 1982 at the age of 17. He was in tears after seeing him. Now the man is currently blind, and Abedi Pele was really in too much tears after seeing him. He talked about his time with the Ghana Black Stars. He also talked about his time coming up and so many other stuff. Let's go have a listen to that interview.
Because the train passes through Dom, so he ran to Alajo to go and pick the train. Whenever he was late, then he has to sleep at Newtown. And he played for us for about 3 or 4 years. And he was doing wonders. There was no match that he didn't excel. He was too good that at the end of every match, he had donations from the spectators. These coins were flowing as if he was a master of the field. So we liked him so much. When we miss him in a match, then it means there was going to be a disaster. And I personally took interest in him because I was African Motors. Anytime he was playing in a school match, I have to run away from the office, go and watch him, and then come home. Surprised when in the year 1978 he was voted Player of the Year. And in that ceremonial match, it was so wonderful. I can remember as if it was yesterday.
I want you to hold on. I know, I'm telling you, I personally feel emotions because, like I said, Mr. Adika is the man who gave that, the mind show that today we are all worshipping and celebrating the opportunity to play football. My show, Mr. Adika is here.
Short of voice. I see him often. He comes to the house, he comes to the training grounds to see me. and I'm always very happy to see him. So.
Introduction of Herbert Mensah Atida, who you saw there in the video, was a surprise to Abedi Pele, who could not hold back his tears. He paid a glowing tribute to his one-time manager and other individuals who helped him stake a name in the sport. So Abedi Pele there was emotional, in tears after meeting the man that brought him up and that brought him into the limelight for us to be waxing lyrical about him so much. Abedi Pele, yes, he is human, and he showed that human side of him in this interview where he was brought down to tears. So many wonderful memories, I'm sure, flowing through his mind. Abedi Pele unfortunately could not win the African Cup of Nations for Ghana in 1992. That was our best chance after we were having an issue with the captaincy. Abedi Pele giving it to Anthony Bafo instead of Tony Yeboah in many people's opinion, and that brought a whole of confusion into the squad, and we lost on penalties to Ivory Coast after a stalemate after 90 minutes. Yes, he apologized for that yellow card he got, then he was sent off for the final, couldn't play the final because of that. Many people feel Ghana could have won the African Cup of Nations should Abedi Pele have played, but that's a spilt milk, and Abedi Pele has apologized for that. We gotta move on and look to the future. So that has been it for today, looking at that emotional moment by Abedi Pele on national TV yesterday during his interview on GTV Sports Plus after he met Herbert Attinga, the man who brought him up into the limelight of football echelons. Also, we also heard from Andre Ayew. He is focused, a source close to Andre Ayew, as he says, he's focused on bringing Swansea City into the Premier League. And finally, Thomas Partey giving a word of advice from OKRAKU on how he should settle the talk of his future move, either to Arsenal or remain at Atletico Madrid. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments box. Thanks so much for the words of condolences from everyone. I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Subscribe if you haven't, click on the notification bell, and check out our merch. Link is in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.